All right, welcome back to Jammin' Sports, everybody. As we're getting set for another Major League Baseball game, we started our Sim Season 6 postseason earlier today. Let me turn this off. Somehow this wants to be on. There we go. Let me turn that down. We started our Sim Season 6 postseason earlier today with the Game 1 of the American League Wildcard as the Oakland A's defeated the Boston Red Sox 6-1 to take a 1-0 lead in that series. Here are the brackets right now. We went over this earlier today, but some people weren't here because it was earlier in the afternoon. And so I'll go over it again while we have an opportunity here. I'm in no hurry tonight, as we're about ready to play Game 1 of the National League wild card between the Dodgers and the Giants. We'll be in San Francisco for that one. But while I've got everybody here, let's take a look at let's look at the standings. We went over this earlier. The standings as to how things ended up, how it panned out. Let's start with the American League East. We did the season. We just ran the season in the background, and we're only doing the postseason. Here at Jammin' Sports, we can't do a 162-game regular season with 32 teams. It's just too much. So we just do the postseasons, one game at a time. So we ran the season, and this is how it ended up. In the American League East, the Yankees finished 91-71. The Red Sox also had an identical 91-71 record, but the Yankees had a better head-to-head, so they win the East, and the Red Sox are a wild card. The Central, the Kansas City Royals, with a 97-65 record, they won the AL Central, and the Indians were 7 games back. The Indians end up as a wild card. The American League West, the Astros finished with a 93-69 record. They won the American League West Division Championship. The Athletics, who we saw earlier today beat the Red Sox, are a wild card. They finished 3 games back. All right, let's go to the National League. The Florida Marlins, the Miami Marlins, whatever you want to call them, they ended up winning the National League East. They finished with an 83-79 record. The Braves also finished with the same record, but Miami had the better head-to-head record against the Braves. The Marlins make the playoffs. The Braves do not. The Cincinnati Reds won the Central Division with an 80-82 record. They finished with a sub-500 record. Everybody in the NL Central finished under 500, but the Reds won the division. Nobody else was a wild card, obviously. Now watch this. National League West, the Diamondbacks win with a 97-65 record, but all three wild cards from the National League are coming out of the National League West. The Giants, the Dodgers, and the Padres. So that's how that shaped up. Now, let's head on back to the bracket so you can see what we got here. As there's the bracket. On the left side, it's the American League side. Oakland beat Boston earlier today, 6-1, so they lead 1-0 in that series. The other American League wild card will be the Yankees and the Indians, and then Kansas City and Houston get first-round byes. On the right side of the bracket, the National League, you can see the wild card there. It's going to be San Francisco and the Dodgers. That game coming up next, Game 1. These wild card games are best of 3, by the way. And then the Padres will be playing Cincinnati in the other National League wild card. So that gets you up to speed. I just wanted to make sure we got you all up to speed on that one, as we're now ready to do our next game. There you go. Oakland defeated Boston earlier. They lead that best of 3, 1-0. And now we're getting ready for the Dodgers and the Giants from San Francisco. All right, let's head there now. The wild card, NL wild card here at Jammin' Sports. Here we go. There's your lineups for tonight. Jammin' Sports presents the National League Wildcard Game 1 between the Dodgers and the Giants from Oracle Park in San Francisco, California. And welcome into Oriole Park. We go to the top of the first. Oh boy, try to pronounce that one. Mansouri Murakami will be starting for the Giants. Masanori Murakami. And Zach Wheat will lead things off for the Dodgers. He's the DH today for Los Angeles. First pitch, and we're underway. Game 1 of the wild card. National League Wild Card. A lot of old timers. Zach Wheat, Evil Dead, should be able to tell us about Zach. And Murakami. There's the pitch, and it's swung. Strike 2. 0-2. And now the 0-2. And Wheat goes down swinging. One down for the Dodgers here in the top of the first. Bear with me on these lineups. I'm trying to fill in some of the blanks as we go. We know Wheat is the DH. Next up, Steve Garvey playing first base. Good old Steve. Outside. Want to know, he was one of my favorite players growing up. First baseman for the Dodgers. Wheat was 09 to 27. All right, Evil Dead. Hopefully Jeff will join us here in a second. Next pitch is a strike. Count to Garvey goes to 1-1. Glad they finally got Garvey in the game. And now the 1-1. Garvey took a swing and missed. Count goes to 1-2. National League Wild Card Game 1 here at Jammin' Sports. 1-2 pitch. Garvey hits that one sharply down the third baseline. Foul. Masanori Murakami is the pitcher for the Giants. A 1-2 pitch. Garvey slaps it at second base. Can't make the play. It's going to be a base hit. They'll probably be scored as a base hit. That's Jeff Kemp at second base. And now Roy Campanella, the shortstop, comes up next. One out, runner on first. Garvey at first base for the Dodgers. Roy Campanella at the plate. Wow, I didn't know that. They got Garvey in a pickle, and they're going to tag him out. Garvey was in no man's land. Monty Irvin, the shortstop, making the tag. They managed to pick off Steve Garvey. 2 outs, bases empty now. The count's 0-1 to Campanella. 0-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Count goes to 0-2. Most likely. And now the 0-2 pitch. Slapped into right field. Trying to see who's the right fielder. Bonds, Barry Bonds. He's playing right today, not left. All right. Let me write that down. Barry Bonds is playing in right field. They throw to first. Campanella's on in time. And now Jackie Robinson, the second baseman, comes up. Robinson fouls it off. 0-1. 2 outs. Runner on first base. That's Campanella. The count's 0-1 to Jackie Robinson. Murakami on the mound for the Giants. The pitch. There goes the runner. And he's safe. Campanella safe at second on the stolen base. It is an odd choice for him to be on this team. So now the Dodgers have a runner on second with 2 outs. The count's 0-2 to Robinson. And sharply hit down the line. And the first baseman, Buck Ewing, will make the play. At the end of a half inning, no score between the Dodgers and the Giants here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to Oracle Park in San Francisco. Ron Peranowski is the starting pitcher for Los Angeles. Well, they're going to the well on some of these players. Third base is Ron Say. They took Campanella out of the game. Ron Say is now playing at third. Barry Bonds will lead things off. He's playing right field today. Sharply hit down the first base line. Into the corner. Guerrero thrown in. Bonds going for 2. He's got a leadoff double. Thank you, Evil Dead. Pedro Guerrero in right field ran it down. And now Freddie Lindstrom will come up. Lindstrom is the third baseman today for the Giants, facing Peranowski. Fouls that one off. Counts 0-1. National League Wildcard Game 1 here at Jammin' Sports. The A's won Game 1 of the American League earlier, 6-1 over the Red Sox. Big swing and a miss. 0-2. Lindstrom is an old player. When did he play, Lindstrom? Runner on second base, nobody out. That's Bonds at second. Lindstrom hits one out of here. A 2-run shot. And the Giants take a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. Freddie Lindstrom, the third baseman, a 2-run blast, scoring Bonds from second. And the Giants take a 2-0 lead. Thank you, Evil Dead. Evil Dead, my director of pronunciation and information. Let's watch this one again. Into the bullpen. And now Monte Irvin. He's the shortstop for the Giants. In their first strike, 0-1. I don't know much about Monte Irvin other than he's an older player. The pitch by Peranowski. Fouls it off. 49-56. Thank you, Evil Dead. Counts 0-2. Fouled it off. Yeah, that's something I forgot. They have a lot of the Negro League players in here. 0-2 pitch. Struck him out on an inside pitch. One down for the Giants here in the bottom of the first. And now Willie Mays, we all know about him. He's the center fielder today. In their first strike, 0-1. The Say Hey Kid, Willie Mays. Oh yeah, he's in the Hall. Absolutely, he's in the Hall. Probably one of the best all-around baseball players ever. Here's the 0-1. And Mays fouls it off. Count 0-2 to Willie. 21 times an All-Star. Wow. And now the 0-2 pitch. He swung on an inside pitch for strike 3. 2 down for the Dodgers. And now Jeff Kemp, he's the second baseman.
That's the ball.
Down low, ball 1. We know about Kemp. He was a really good second baseman back in the day. Nobody on, 2 outs for the Giants. Kemp blasted foul down the third base line. And that'll make it 1-1. We're in the bottom of the first. The Giants lead it 2-0. Here's the pitch. And Kemp fouls that one off. Count goes to 1-2. One-two pitch. Kemp high in the air, out to center field. Duke Snider gets under it for the out. At the end of 1, Freddie Lindstrom, a 2-run blast to give the Dodgers a 2-0 lead after 1 here in the National League Wildcard, Game 1 here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the top of the second inning. Cody Bellinger, he's the left fielder today, will lead things off. Masanori Murakami on the mound for the Giants. There's your infield. Ewing, Kent, Irwin, and Lindstrom for the Giants. Counts 1-0 to Bellinger. Down low, 2-0. When did Bellinger play there, Evil Dead? The 2-0 pitch. Inside or outside, actually. 3-0.
3-0.
3 balls and no strikes to Cody Bellinger. 3-0 pitch. Ball 4 and 4 pitches. A leadoff walk for the Dodgers as Bellinger is aboard. And now the center fielder, Duke Snider, will come up. Nobody out, runner on first. Outside, ball 1. Count goes to 1-0. The pitch by Murakami. Inside, 2-0. That's 6 straight balls he's thrown this inning. He has yet to throw a strike. The count's 2-0 to Snider. They throw to first. Bellinger's back in time. Covering the bag at first is Buck Ewing for the Giants. Counts 2-0 to Snider. In there for a strike, about shoulder high. Counts at 2-1. Two-one pitch. That's hit right to Ewing at first. Their only play is to first, as Murakami will cover the bag, getting Snider out. That'll advance Bellinger down to second base. And now with 1 out, the Dodgers have a runner on second, and Will Smith will come up, the catcher. I'm not sure. They throw to third, and Bellinger is safe on a stolen base. They're nothing but old-timer players, I know that. Meanwhile, the count's 0-1 to Will Smith. Up high, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, runner on third base. These are old-timer teams. Up high, 2-1. They're all-star teams made up of this time around, there's none current. Well, is Bellinger current? What they've done is, I'll explain right after this pitch. The 2-1. Strike two. What they did was they took all the old-timer players that are available in this game as the next pitch is fouled off, and they integrated them into the current rosters. So you kind of have a mashup of old-timers, all the old-timers available, with some of the current players. Rang him up. 2 down. Meanwhile, Bellinger stays at third base. Exactly. Pedro Guerrero up next. He takes the first pitch for a strike. Guerrero, he's playing right field today. It is a cool concept. We did this last season and the season before. It was really cool. I like it. And now the 0-1. Inside. Count goes to 1-1. You see, like the last game we did earlier this afternoon, you had Reggie Jackson on the A's, and you had Fred Lynn on the Red Sox. Guerrero fouls that off. It'll be 1-2. Jackie Robinson's on these Dodgers, for instance. It's really cool. The 1-2. Fouled it off. Count remains at 1-2. Now, we didn't do the regular season. We simmed that. But we're doing all the playoff games one by one. Down low, 2-2. It'd take too long to do a regular season. 162 games, 30 teams. That'd just take forever. Guerrero slaps one into left center field. Running it down would be Mays. He'll throw it in. Guerrero is out. He got greedy. And that'll end the inning. After 1.5, Giants lead the Dodgers 2-1. The National League wild card here at Chapman Sports. Welcome back to Game 1 of the NL wild card. Buck Ewing, the first baseman, will lead things off for the Giants as he fouls it off. Ron Peronowski on the mound for the Dodgers. Evil Dead keeping us up to date as to when all these players played. When did Buck Ewing play there, Evil Dead? Here's the pitch. In there for a strike, 0-2 to Ewing. That was Say Hey Willie Mays. It was. It absolutely was. Here's the 0-2. Fouls it off. Ewing played from 1880 to 1897. Wow. Here's the 0-2. Inside, 1-2. I love it. A chance to see all these old players. Inside, 2-2. All these players are available on the game. It's just that they're separate. They put these rosters together using all the older players. Swung and struck him out. One down for the Giants here at the bottom of the second. Next up, Buster Posey. Oh boy. He must be the catcher. He's the only one I don't know. Buster Posey. Oh yeah, there's a lot of them. But the White Sox didn't make it to the postseason. But they're in here. We've seen Shoeless Joe before and everybody else. One out, bases empty. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Popped up. Down the left field line, but hooking foul. Buster Posey is the catcher tonight. He's the only one I don't have accounted for. Here's the 1-2.
Nope. Ball.
Outside, 2-2.
2-2.
The 2-2 pitch by Peronowski. Posey pops it up down the line. Out of play. Foul. Count remains at 2-2. One out. Bases empty. Here's the pitch. And he pops that one up down the line. Long at bat for Posey here. And now the 2-2 pitch. Boy, another foul ball. Long at bat for Posey. Battling the pitcher here. And now the 2-2. Right up the gut. A base hit for Posey. Snyder will throw it in. They hold him to a single. It'll be a 1-out single for Posey. The Giants with a runner on first with 1 out. And now Larry Doyle will come up. Doyle, I have him listed as he fouls it off. Doyle he's got to be the DH tonight because Kemp is playing second base. So Doyle's the DH. The count's 0-1. They throw to first. Posey back in time. Steve Garvey covering the bag at first for the Dodgers. Count's 0-1 to Doyle. The pitch down low, 1-1. Last season, the Red Sox defeated the Dodgers in the World Series, swept them 4-0, if you recall. That was back in. We haven't done baseball since August. That was back in August.
Did he go?
Did he go around? No. Count goes to 2-1 to Doyle. College football took up a lot of time, so we finally get back to baseball here. Here's the 2-1. And that's a blast to say at third. They're going to get the double play. Robinson to Garvey. Double play for the Dodgers. 6-4-3, just like you draw it up. Textbook, Say, Robinson, Garvey. And that ends the inning. We go to the top of the third in the game 1 of the National League Wildcard. Corey Seager will lead things off for the Dodgers. He's the shortstop. Thank you, Evil Dead. The count's 0-1. That's a strike. I think Seager, he's still a current player, I believe. Here's the 0-1. Up high, 1-1. Seager, I'm sorry. Like Bob Seger. Thank you. Evil Dead, my director of information and pronunciation. Here's the 1-1. Big swing and a miss. 1-2. Well, somehow he's still on the Dodgers here. And now the 1-2. Outside, 2-2. Let's try that again. Masanori Murakami on the mound. He's a Japanese pitcher. Struck him out looking for out number 1. Seager goes down on strikes. And now Zach Wheat will come up. He's the DH for the Dodgers tonight. 1 down, bases empty. Down low, 1-0. Game 1 of the National League Wildcard. The other wildcard is the Padres and the Reds. The American League Wildcards, I'll tell you right after this. A bunt attempt, and it goes foul. The American League Wildcards are the A's and the Red Sox. The A's won earlier today, 6-1. They have a 1-0 lead in that series, as Wheat fouls that off. And the other American League wild card is the Yankees and the Indians. Here's the 1-2. Up high, 2-2. In the National League, the Marlins and the Diamondbacks get first round byes. Here's the 2-2. That's rip foul. In the American League, getting the first round byes are the Royals and the Astros. Counts 2-2 to Zach Wheat. 2-2 pitch. He fouls that one off. Count remains at 2-2. Zach Wheat, the DH for the Dodgers here tonight. And now the 2-2 pitch. A ground ball to third base. Making the play at third is Freddie Lindstrom. A great throw. It'll probably be tomorrow night. There, Jeff. Steve Garvey will come up after our 2 college football games. 2 outs, bases empty. The first baseman, Garvey, fouls it off down the third base line. Giants lead it 2-1. And now the 0-1 pitch. In there for a strike, 0-2. The Yankees have Babe Ruth and Jeter. We've seen the Yankees before. They've got a lot of good players. There's a base hit in the right field. Bonds will run it down and throw it to second, keeping Garvey at first. It's a 2-out single for Garvey as he gets on base here in the top of the third inning. And now Ron Say, the third baseman, will come up. He fouls it off. I'll always remember that 1980, I believe it was 80, Dodgers team where they had 4 players hit over 40 home runs. It was Garvey, Say, Baker, and I can't remember the last one. Here's the 0-1 pitch.
No, that missed. That's a ball.
Outside. Count goes to 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs. Runner on first. That's Garvey. The 1-1 pitch. Fouls it off. Counts at 1-2. Of course, Ron Say, he won a couple of World Series with the Dodgers at third base. The 1-2 pitch. Fouls that one off. Count remains at 1-2. He did play some outfield, now that I remember. He's on the Red Sox. Struck him out at the end of 2.5. The Giants still lead it 2-1 here in Game 1 of the National League Wildcard here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the bottom of the third inning. Bobby Bonds. So we got Bobby and Barry on this team. Okay. That's what I was getting confused. So this is Bobby. He's playing right field. Fouls it off, 0-1. So both father and son are playing. Fouls it off, 0-1. Here's the pitch. Outside, 1-1. 1-1 pitch. Fouls it off. Bobby was a solid player too back in the day. Counts at 1-2 to Bonds. And now the 1-2 pitch. Outside, 2-2.
2-2.
And now the 2-2 pitch. Fouls it off. Count remains at 2-2. We're in the bottom of the third inning. Giants up 2-1 over the Dodgers. National League Wildcard, Game 1. Here's the 2-2. Fouls that one off. Stays at 2-2. Two-two pitch. Swung and struck him out. 4 strikeouts for Peronowski so far tonight. 1 down for the Giants here in the bottom of the third inning. Good crowd here tonight at Jammin' Sports. Great to have you along. As we start our new baseball playoff sim season. And now Barry Bonds comes up. Barry is playing left field tonight. 1 out, bases empty. Here's the 1-0. And Barry knocks that into the crowd. Nemesis, more baseball, yes. How you doing, Nem? Nem's out in Los Angeles. Broken bat, pops up. Say makes the play for the out at third base. 2 down for the Giants. Check that bat. I bet it's corked. And now Freddie Lindstrom hit a home run the last time he came up. The third baseman comes up. 2 outs, bases empty. In there for a strike. Nemesis, you're from LA. Do you like the Dodgers? Here's the 0-1. In there for a strike. Quickly 0-2 to Lindstrom. Are you a Dodger fan? You never played the outfield? Okay. I wasn't sure. That hit him. Oh, he went around though. It doesn't matter. He swung. And that'll end the inning. At the end of 3, the Giants lead it 2-1. National League Wildcard. Game 1 here at Jammin' Sports. Play the hat shuffle. We're at Oracle Park in San Francisco. Ignore those guys. I'm your commentator tonight. Here at Jammin' Sports, Jimmy Jam here with you. Leading off, Jackie Robinson. Second baseman for the Dodgers. Here in the top of the 4th inning. Up high, 1-0. Nemesis, you never answered my question. Do you like the Dodgers or are you a Padres fan? The 1-0 to Robinson. Inside, 2-0. Nemesis likes San Diego. All right. Well, they're in the postseason here, too. They play the Reds in their wild card. We'll probably get that tomorrow. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. I missed it. It's a strike. Count goes to 2-1 to Jackie. And now the 2-1 pitch. Fouls it off. Count is at 2-2. And now the 2-2 pitch. Pay attention. Robinson strikes out for out number 1. Murakami throwing some heat.
Now back, left fielder, Cody Bellinger.
And now the left fielder, Bellinger, will come up. Cody Bellinger. 1 out, bases empty for the Dodgers. In there for a strike, 0-1. My favorite Major League Baseball teams are the Cardinals and the Reds. I like them. Here's the 0-1. That's ripped. Bobby Bonds out into right field on the warning track. Makes the play for out number 2.
Now back, the 7th fielder.
My old friend Jeff Sparrowhawk, who's in the room. I wonder who his favorite baseball team is. 2 down, and now Duke Snyder, the center fielder, comes up.
Ball.
It's a ball. Count goes to 1-0.
1-0.
Yanks. Sparrowhawk likes the Yanks. Here's the 1-0.
No, that's out.
Outside, 2-0. Yeah, Evil Dead, he likes the Yankees. And now the 2-0 pitch. Up high, 3-0 to Snyder.
3-0.
We'll see the Yankees tomorrow in their wild card game. 3-0. 3-0 pitch. Up high. Ball 4 in 4 pitches.
Now batting, catcher, Will.
So it's a 2-out walk. And now Will Smith will come up. The catcher, the Dodger catcher.
That's
Down
ball.
low, 1-0. Cody B is with the Yanks now, yes. And now the 1-0 pitch.
Right.
There goes the runner. And Snyder gets tossed out. And that'll end the inning. Giants still lead it 2-1 here in the National League Wildcard. Game 1 here at Jammin' Sports. Great throw. We go to the bottom of the 4th here in Game 1 of the Wildcard. Monty Irvin will lead things off for the Giants. He's the shortstop. Peronowski still on the mound for the Dodgers. The first pitch outside, ball 1. These are some really cool rosters this time around. Here's the 1-0.
Yeehaw.
In there for a strike, 1-1. 1-1 pitch.
That's
Down
ball.
low, 2-1. Last season, the Yankees didn't even make the playoffs.
3-1.
Outside, 3-1. But they're in it this year. 3-1 pitch.
Drag.
In there for a strike. Full count now to Irwin
Count is
at
4.
3-2. Got a great crowd here tonight. Everybody's interacting. I like that. 3-2 pitch. Struck him out on the inside corner. Irwin goes down looking. One down for the Giants.
The center fielder, number 24.
Catcher cam. Let's take a look. Umpire cam, I guess.
Hey.
Willie Mays, the Say Hey Kid, comes up. One out, bases empty. Mays playing center field. Ooh, just a bit inside, as Bob Uecker used to say. Good old Willie. One out, bases empty. Here's the pitch. Mays slaps it foul down the first base line. Count evens up at 1-1. And now the 1-1.
No, that missed. That's
Just
ball.
outside, 2-1. So Nemesis is in Los Angeles. Evil Dead's in New York. I'm in Nashville. Jeff's in Charlotte, North Carolina. Popped up to the shortstop. Seager makes the play.
Up next is Giants.
So Mays pops out to short.
Second baseman.
2 down for the Giants here in the bottom of the 4th. Jeff Kent, the second baseman, comes up. Oh, Tony Gwynn hardly ever struck out. Here's the pitch. Big swing and a miss. Strike 1 to Jeff Kent. Goes to 0-1. Peronowski, he's pitching pretty well. Outside, 1-1. 2 outs, bases empty. And now the 1-1 pitch. Right up the gut, off of Peronowski. That's going to be a base hit. Say will pick it up, but not in time. That'll be an infield hit. And Peronowski, he might have been shaken up on that. He might have to come out of the game. The trainer is checking him out. It's a 2-out single for Jeff Kent. And now Peronowski stays in there. Just rubs some dirt on it. Buck Ewing comes up. And Ewing slaps it into right field. Kemp coming around. And they're going to hold him up at third base.
The catcher, number 28.
So now the Giants have runners at first and third with 2 outs. He hit the sack. No, it was off the shin. Buster Posey, the catcher, comes up.
That's a ball.
He'd definitely be out if he got hit there. Counts 1-0. Evil Dead. Makes me laugh all the time. 2 outs, runners at first and third. I would love to see that in the game. Takes a strike. Count goes to 1-1 to Posey. 2 outs, runners on the corners. It was a cheap shot, is right. Here's the 1-1. Fouled it off. 1-2. See, I knew that Evil Dead and Sparrowhawk would get along. They're so much alike. They really are. Very similar personalities. Here's the 1-2. Right up the middle. That's going to score and run from third. An RBI single for Buster Posey. Oh my goodness. Don't get me going. Larry Doyle, the DH, will come up. Runners at first and second. The Giants now lead at 3-1. It's low. The count goes to 1-0.
1-0.
So all this happening with 2 outs for the Giants as they take a 3-1 lead. Peronowski trying to get out of the inning. The 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike. 1-1. Yamamoto and Marshall warming up in the bullpen for the Dodgers. No, Jeff is his first name. Yeah. I was wondering if anybody else noticed that. Here's the 1-1. Inside pitch. He swung on it. Count goes to 1-2. And now the 1-2 pitch. Fouls it off. Count remains at 1-2. We have a good time with baseball on this channel. There's more time to talk. Here's the 1-2. Right up the gut again. That's going to score a run. The throw not in time, as Ewing will score from second. And now it's 4-1 Giants. Here's the replay. Just right up the gut. And the pitcher got out of the way again. And now Bobby Bonds, the right fielder, comes up. 2 outs, runners at first and second. Giants now at 4-1. Here's the pitch. It's a strike. Count goes to 0-1 on Bobby Bonds. And not a Gold Glover is right. That's college football. You go take a whiz, and it's already the third quarter. Here's the 0-1. Right down the line. Oh, it takes a hop. Garvey manages to get to it. It hits the bag in time. But the Giants score 2, and they take a 4-1 lead at the end of 4. The National League Wildcard, Game 1 here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the top of the 5th. Will Smith will lead things off for the Dodgers. He's the catcher. Masanori Murakami still on the mound for the Giants. In their first strike, 0-1. Yeah, he hit the bag. It did hit the bag. And now the 0-1 to Smith. Rips it into right field. Bobby Bonds can't make the play. It's a ground rule double, they say. It landed in fair territory and bounced into the stands. So that'll be a leadoff double. Boy, that was close. But the umpire got it right. Watch this. Bang. No, we did not. Pedro Guerrero, the right fielder, comes up. Strike 1. No, I met Jeff when I was in high school. We used to play Dungeons and Dragons together with our group. Here's the 0-1. Down low, 1-1. So nobody out, runner on second. Guerrero takes strike 2. Count goes to 1-2. This game is just so good. Struck him out. This game really captures baseball in such detail. It's such a, of all the sports games, this one is absolutely the best. Oh, absolutely they are. And now Corey Seager comes up, the shortstop. 1 out, runner on second base. In their first strike, 0-1. Dodgers trying to get back in the game. They're down 4-1. The wild cards are a best of 3. Best 2 out of 3. And now the 0-1.
Ball. 1-1.
Outside, 1-1. 1-1 pitch. It's a strike on the outside corner. 1-2 to Corey Seager. 1-2 pitch. High in the air. Out to Mays in center field. And Willie makes the play. He quickly throws it in, keeping the runner at second base. 2 down for the Dodgers. Say hey, kid. And now Zach Wheat will come up. He's the DH tonight. His brother's named Buck. Fouled it off down the third base line. Count goes to 0-1. 2 outs, runner on second base. 0-1 pitch. Fouled it off. Count goes to 0-2. You like that, did you? And now the 0-2 pitch. High in the air, popped up. Third baseman comes in, Lindstrom, and makes the play for the final out. At the end of 4.5, the Giants still lead it 4-1 over the Dodgers. Game 1 of the National League Wildcard here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Barry Bonds, the left fielder, will come up.
Barry Bonds.
Yeah, mini buck. Here's the pitch.
Ball. Outside.
Outside, ball 1. Count goes to 1-0 to Bonds. Mini wheat. Fouls it off. 1-1. Jimmy Jam with Evil Dead and Sparrowhawk in the room. Let's not forget Nemesis. He's here too. It's a strike. Count goes to 1-2. And mini wheat. We can be. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Outside, 2-2. Nobody out, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning, 2-2 pitch. A ground ball up the middle. Making the play. Robinson throws to first. Not in time. As Bonds beats it out. Yeah, Wheat Germ. That's their kid's name.
The third baseman, Freddie Lindstrom.
Great play by Robinson, but Bonds is fast. He beat the throw. And now I think we've seen the last of Peronowski. He is catching. Yep, Peronowski's done. Let's see who they bring in.
Now pitching for Los Angeles.
Oh boy, another Japanese player. Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Easy for me to say. Yoshinobu. Whatever. Yamamoto facing Freddie Lindstrom, the third baseman.
Nope. Ball.
Outside, ball 1. Count goes to 1-0. So Yamamoto comes in relief. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Dodgers up 4-1. Nobody out, runner on first. They throw to first. But Barry's back in time. Yeah, Battleship Commander. Yes, the Yamamoto. Ripped into right field. Going back, Guerrero makes the play for out number 1. The Battleship Commander. Oh my gosh. Got Jeff and Evil Dead here. That's gonna be fun. Monty Irvin will come up, the shortstop, with 1 out, runner on first base. The Battleship Commander. Oh boy. In there for a strike, 0-1. See, half the fun of baseball is making me laugh. He is a mean sinker. Here's the 0-1. There goes the runner. Safe. Bonds is safe at second with a stolen base. The count, meanwhile, goes to 0-2 to Irvin. Bonds had a great jump. They weren't going to catch him. And now it's 0-2 to Irvin with 1 out and a torpedo curve. Fouled off down the third base line. And the count's 0-2. Oh, 0-2 pitch. Right up the gut. And that's going to score Bonds from second. An RBI single from Monte Irwin. And the Giants now lead it 5-1 here in Game 1 of the National League Wildcard. Duke Snyder fielded, but Bonds was already home. Willie Mays, the center fielder, comes up now with 1 out, runner on first. A pitch out. They don't take the bait. It'll be 1-0. Yeah, Jeff knows baseball. Evil Dead knows baseball. You guys are going to get along great. Here's the 1-0. In there for a strike, 1-1. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Giants up 5-1 here in Game 1 of the wild card. Nemesis, our good friend in L.A. Good to see you, Nem. Outside, another pitch out. They don't take the bait. Count goes to 2-1. 2-1 pitch. And Mays fouls it off. The count goes to 2-2. I would love to have a 3-man booth with you two here. That'd be something else. 2-2 pitch. Outside, 3-2. Full count.
Full count.
To Willie Mays. 1 out, runner on first. Yamamoto. Here's the pitch. Mays fouls it off. And the count remains full at 3-2.
No.
They throw back to first, but not in time. And now the 3-2 pitch to Mays. A ground ball past Say. He knocks it down, throws to first. What a play by Ron Say. The runner will move to second. It'll be a sacrifice. But a great play by Ron Say at third base. And now there's 2 outs for the Giants here in the bottom of the 5th. Jeff Kent, the second baseman, comes up. Outside, 1-0. But having you guys commentary on the side, it's almost like having a 3-man booth. Or 4-man booth in this case. It's Nemesis here too. The count's 1-0 to Kemp. In there for a strike, 1-1.
1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, runner on second base. Big swing and a miss for strike 2. And the count goes to 1-2. Game 1 of a best of 3, the NL Wildcard. The 1-2 pitch, down low, 2-2.
2-2.
2-2 pitch, big swing and a miss, and that'll end the inning. However, the Giants score 2. Monte Irwin with an RBI single, and they lead it 5-1. NL Wildcard Game 1 here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the top of the 6th. First baseman Steve Garvey will lead things off for the Dodgers. Facing Murakami, who's still on the mound. In their first strike, 0-1. Giants with a 4-run lead here in the top of the 6th. The Yankees play the Indians in the American League Wildcard. In their first strike, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to Steve Garvey. 0-2 pitch.
That's the ball.
Down low, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss. He goes down swinging for out number 1. 1 down for the Dodgers here in the top of the 6th inning. Oracle Park in San Francisco. Game 1 of the National League Wildcard. And now the third baseman, Ron Say, will come up. He's ripped that one to Kent at second base. He'll stop, throw to first. Not in time. Say beat the throw. That'll be an infield single. It was a nice play by Jeff Kemp at second. But by the time he stopped and spun and threw, Say was there. Easily there. Yeah, this game has some great camera angles. It really does. Jackie Robinson, the second baseman, comes up now. Up high, ball 1. Count goes to 1-0. 1 out, runner on first. One 1-0 pitch, up high, 2-0. And now the 2-0 pitch in the dirt. And Garvey, or Say actually, gets thrown out at second base. Buster Posey, a great throw to second base. Watch this. They get Ron Say. Kemp with the tag. And now bases are empty for the Dodgers with 2 outs. And the count's 3-0 to Robinson. The 3-0 pitch. And that's popped up. Posey will go over. And it's out of play. It'll be 3-1. 3-1 pitch. Right up the gut. That's a base hit for Jackie Robinson. A 2-out single. Keeps the inning alive for the Dodgers.
Now batting.
Oracle Park, San Francisco, game 1 of the National League Wildcard. Sellout crowd, as you might expect. Cody Bellinger will come up. He's the left fielder.
Yeehaw!
In there for a strike, 0-1. Sparrowhawk thinks a steal is coming. Oh, 1 pitch.
Ball, that's it.
Up high. Count evens up at 1-1. The 1-1. And he fouls it off. Count goes to 1-2 to Bellinger. Jackie Robinson at first base. 2 outs. The count's 1-2. One-two pitch. Fouls it off. Count remains at 1-2. One-two pitch. Pops it up out of play. Count remains at 1-2. National League Wildcard, game 1 here at Jammin' Sports. They throw to first. Robinson's back in time. One-two pitch. Fouls it off. That's a long at bat for Bellinger. He's staying alive with 2 outs at the plate. At 1-2. One-two pitch. Up high, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rips it foul again. Long at bat by Bellinger. Counts at 2-2. Murakami using up a lot of pitches here. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fouls it off again. This next pitch will be his 100th. And now the 2-2. Fouls it off again. Jeez Louise. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Robinson at first base. And the 2-2. Swung and struck him out finally. At the end of 5.5, the Giants still lead it by a score of 5-1. The National League Wildcard, game 1 here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Leading things off will be Buck Ewing, the first baseman for the Giants, excuse me. Yamamoto still on the mound for the Dodgers. And that's ripped right to Robinson at second. He'll throw to first for the out. Ewing grounds out to second, 1 down.
The catcher, Buster Posey.
And now the catcher, Buster Posey, comes up with 1 out, bases empty. Feel free to join the conversation. Sparrowhawk, Evil Dead, Nemesis, all having a great conversation.
1-0.
You can jump in. Up high, 1-0. Levine and Broxton winding up in the bullpen. Warming up. I'll get it up. The count's 1-0 to Posey. Fouled off down the third base line. Count evens up at 1-1. And now the 1-1. Ripped past Say at third into left field. Bellinger runs it down. They'll hold Posey to a single. A 1-out single for Buster Posey. And now the DH, Larry Doyle, will come up for the Giants. They throw to first. Posey back in time. Posey is one of those rare catchers that can steal. You got to watch him. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike. Count goes to 0-1 to Doyle. And now the 0-1. Fouls it off. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. 0-2 pitch. Inside, and he swung at it and struck him out.
Now batting. Right
2 down for the Giants here in the bottom of the 6th. And the right fielder, Bobby Bonds, the father of Barry, will come up. They throw to first. Posey back in time. Getting his pants and shirt dirty. The pitch. Down low, 1-0. Well, I appreciate that, Nem. That's high praise. Bob does a great job. He always has. High in the air. Bellinger out in left field goes back and makes the play to end the inning. At the end of 6 complete, the Giants lead it 5-1 over the Dodgers. Game 1 of the NL Wildcard here at Jammin' Sports. New pitcher Camilo Doval will come on.
now pitching.
Camilo Doval.
Number 76.
Oh, man. Camilo. Duke Snyder will lead things off for the Dodgers, the center fielder. As the Giants employ a new pitcher now, Doval. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike.
It's 0-1.
Giants lead at 5-1. We're in the top of the 7th. Giants trying to take a 1-0 lead in the series. It's a best of 3. And now the 0-1. Ripped foul. And the count quickly 0-2 to Snyder, the center fielder for the Dodgers. Oh, 2 pitch. Did he go around?
What'd you get?
Yes, he did. Struck him out. Duvall rings him up. And now the catcher, Will Smith, will come up. 1 out, bases empty. Here in the top of the 7th. Dodgers need a rally. They're down by 4. In there for a strike. Wilson and Romo warming up in the bullpen for the Giants. The count's 0-1 to Smith. 0-1 pitch. Rips it foul down the third base line. And the count goes to 0-2. Got a good crowd tonight on this Thursday. We appreciate it. Game 1 of the National League Wildcard here at Jammin' Sports. Pitch by Duvall. Fouls it off. Count remains at 0-2. Earlier today, the Oakland A's defeated the Boston Red Sox 6-1. They have a 1-0 lead in that American League Wildcard. Rung him up. Strike 3. 2 down for the Dodgers.
Right fielder, Pedro.
And now Pedro Guerrero, the right fielder, will come up with 2 outs, bases empty. In there for a strike, 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch. Down low, 1-1. Jimmy Jam, along with my baseball experts, Evil Dead, Sparrowhawk, and Nemesis. Here's the 1-1. Down low, 2-1. 2 outs, bases empty. 2-1 pitch. Fouls it off down the third base line. Count goes to 2-2 to Guerrero. We need more Eucharisms. Another foul ball down the third base line. Eucharisms. Just a bit outside. That would have been in most ballparks. Name one. Yellowstone. Here's the 2-2. There's a shot down the right field line. It's fair ball. A ground rule double. And Guerrero gets on as that one bounces over the wall. Bobby Bonds couldn't get to it in time. And now with 2 outs, the Dodgers with a runner on second. The shortstop, Corey Seager, comes up. In there for a strike, 0-1.
0-1.
Dodgers trying to get some runs back. They're down by 4. The Dodgers are the defending National League champions, by the way. They got swept by the Red Sox, though, in the World Series last season. It's fouled off, 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch. Oh, he went around. Oh, it hit him. It'll be a walk. And now Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys comes in.
Now pitching for the Giants,
We have a new pitcher for the Giants.
number 38, Roger.
Bringing some good vibrations. Just a little. 2 outs, runners at first and second. The DH, Zach Wheat, comes up to face Brian Wilson.
Nope.
Down low, ball 1. A walk below the bases. All this happening with 2 outs. And now the 1-0. Down low, 2-0. Oracle Park in San Francisco is where we are, right on the bay. McCovey Cove, right outside the right field wall. Here's the 2-0. Popped up in the air. Barry Bonds going back in left field and makes the play for the final out. At the end of 6.5, the Dodgers still lead it 5-1 over the Giants still lead it 5-1 over the Dodgers. Game 1 of the wild card here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the bottom of the 7th.
The Giants. The left
Barry
fielder,
Bonds, the left fielder, will lead things off for the Giants with a 4-run lead. Yamamoto still on the mound for the Dodgers. Here's the pitch, down low, 1-0. And now the 1-0 pitch. Ripped down the right field line, but foul. Count evens up at 1-1. Nobody out, nobody on here in the bottom of the 7th. 1-1 pitch. Swung and missed. Strike 2.
1 and 2 is the count.
And now the 1-2 pitch. Inside. Just a bit inside. The count goes to 2-2. Two-two pitch. Down low. Full count to Bonds at 3-2. We're in the bottom of the 7th. 3-2 pitch. And Bonds fouls it off. 3-2. Just a bit inside. 3-2 pitch. Fouls it off. Stays alive. 3-2. Three-two pitch. Rips it. And that's going to fall. It's going to go all the way to the wall. No, it's gone. It's a home run. A solo shot home run by Barry Bonds. And the Giants go up 6-1 here in game 1 of the wild card. Boo. Let's watch the replay on this one. Boys in the truck, they'll bring it up. Yeah. Here we go. Rip that one out there into right field. Right off the brick facade. 6-1 Giants, still nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Freddie Lindstrom, the third baseman, comes up. In there for a strike, 0-1.
No ball, 1 strike.
Giants trying to take a 1-0 lead in this best of 3. Here's the 0-1. In there for a strike, 0-2. Oracle Park, San Francisco. It's a beautiful ballpark right on the bay. Here's the 0-2. A ground ball to short. Seager makes the play for the out. Lindstrom grounds out to short.
Now batting, shortstop, Monte.
And now the shortstop, Monte Irwin, comes up. 1 out, bases empty for the Giants here in the bottom of the 7th. That's foul down the third base line. And the count goes to 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch. In there for a strike, 0-2. And now the 0-2. Inside, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Irwin. With 1 out, bases empty. 1-2 pitch. Outside, 2-2. I've not seen it yet, no. 2-2 pitch. High in the air, Bellinger in left field comes over on the warning track in foul territory and makes the play for the out. 2 down for the Giants here in the bottom of the 7th.
Number 24, Willie.
And now the center fielder, Willie Mays, will come up. 0 for 3 tonight. He's about due. 2 outs, bases empty. Here's the pitch to Mays. And he fouls that one off. Count goes to 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch. Up high, but it's in the strike zone. Shoulder high, 0-2 to Mays. 0-2 pitch. And Mays, a towering shot. If it stays fair, it does not. It goes foul. And the count remains at 0-2. That was so close.
Ball.
Down low, balls. Count goes to 1-2 to Mays. That was so close. 1-2 pitch.
Ball.
Outside, 2-2 now. And now the 2-2 pitch. He swung on an outside pitch. They'll throw to first to make it official. At the end of 7, Barry Bonds a solo shot. And that gives the Giants a 6-1 lead. Game 1 of the National League Wildcard here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the top of the 8th. The first baseman, Steve Garvey, comes up. Giants with a 5-run cushion. Brian Wilson still on the mound. The first pitch is fouled off down the first base line. Count goes to 0-1. Snellzilla. Here's the 0-1. Down low, 1-1. Romo and McCard, I think that's how you pronounce it, warming up with the bullpen. Counts up 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. And that's high in the air, out to left field. Barry Bonds going over and is out of play. It'll be a strike. Count goes to 1-2. Yeah, I've read that somewhere. Here's the 1-2. A ground ball. Kemp at second makes a great play. Scoops it up and throws Garvey out. Great play by Jeff Kemp. Full extension. And now there's 1 out for the Dodgers. Here in the top of the 8th, Ron Cey comes up. Bases empty. The third baseman is in there for a strike, 0-1.
0-1.
Ryan Wilson on the mound for the Giants. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Inside, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out, bases empty. 1-1 pitch. Outside,
2-1.
2-1. Two-one pitch. And that's up the middle, a base hit. A one-out single for Say. Mays will throw it in.
The batter,
So the Dodgers get a runner on base.
Jackie Robinson.
And now Jackie Robinson, the second baseman, comes up. The Dodgers need a rally in the worst way. Robinson will come up. In there for a strike, 0-1. Giants lead it 6-1 here in the top of the 8th. Oh, 1 pitch. Down low, 1-1.
Ball.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Ron Say at first base. Here's the 1-1. He swung for strike 2. Count goes to 1-2.
The count.
One-two pitch. Fouls it off. Count remains at 1-2 to Jackie Robinson. One-two pitch. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. Say moves down to second. Bobby Bonds will throw it in. So back-to-back singles for the Dodgers. And now with 1 out, they have runners at first and second. Trailing by 5.
Now pitching for
We have a new pitcher, Rube Macard. I think that's Macard. How do you pronounce that? I'm going to just say Macard. It's a French name. Maybe Evil Dead can give us some info on Macard. Cody Bellinger, the left fielder, will come up. 1 out, runners at first and second.
Ball.
Inside, ball 1.
1 ball, no strike.
Bellinger, the only current player I've seen so far on the Dodgers. Macard. Pitch is fouled off. Count goes to 1-1. We're in the top of the 8th. Giants up 6-1. The 1-1 pitch. And that's ripped right to Kent. A line out to second base. Kent barely had to move.
the center fielder.
2 down for the Dodgers. The runners hold. And now Duke Snyder, the center fielder, will come up. The pitch. In there for a strike. Count goes to 0-1 to Snyder. Dodgers have left a ton on base tonight. Oh, 1 pitch.
1-1.
Outside, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runners at first and second for the Dodgers. A home run would be great here. Get them back in the game.
Ball.
Outside, 2-1. A walk below the bases. All right, thanks, Nib. 2-1 pitch, and that's fouled off. Count remains at 2-2 to Snyder. Two-two pitch, Snyder, and that's going to be thrown out as the shortstop Monte Irwin makes a great play to end the inning, and the Dodgers strand 2 more. At the end of 7.5, the Giants lead at 6-1. The National League Wildcard here at Jammin' Sports.
Leading up,
We go to the bottom of the 8th. Second baseman Jeff Kemp will lead things off.
Jeff Kent.
Yamamoto still on the mound for the Dodgers.
Ball.
Down low, ball 1. Count goes to 1-0. One 0 pitch. Outside,
That's
2-0.
the ball. 2-0.
2-0 pitch.
Strike.
In there for a strike on the outside corner. Count goes to 2-1 to Jeff Kemp. He swung at that one. Fouled it off. Count goes to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out, nobody on. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Giants trying to get some insurance runs. 2-2 pitch. That's high in the air. Snyder in center field makes the play. Yep, I remember Keith Jackson. He was a good one.
First baseman.
We're here, Nemesis. We hear you. We see you. Hello, everybody. This is Keith Jackson. The Tennessee Volunteers against the Alabama Crimson Tide. I miss him. Here's the pitch.
Yeah.
In there for a strike, 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch. Fouled it off. 0-2 to Buck Ewing. I used to love to hear him do the Alabama games. The Alabama Crimson Tide. Here's the 0-2.
Nope. Ball.
Outside, 1-2. He did Monday Night Football the first season, 1970. And then Frank Gifford took over in 71. The 1-2 pitch. Rips it foul. Count remains at 1-2 to Buck Ewing. 1 out, bases empty for the Giants here in the bottom of the 8th. High tide. That's a funny commercial. A ground ball up the middle. Robinson throws to first in time. Great play by Jackie Robinson. He was a Gold Glover in his day.
The catcher, number 28.
Oh, Frank was good, but you're right. He was no Keith Jackson. And now Buster Posey, the catcher, will come up with 2 outs, bases empty. Outside, 1-0.
1-0.
And now the 1-0 pitch. Posey into the night. See ya. Home run. A solo shot. And the Giants now lead it 7-1 here in the bottom of the 8th. I have no idea, Nemesis. It's the first I've heard of that. But then again, I don't know. It may be true. 7-1, Giants. Let's watch this one again. Posey got a hold of that one.
Now pitching for Los
And now we have
Angeles,
Clem Labine will come in.
Jackson Berry.
Another pitching change by Los Angeles as they now trail by 6. Larry Doyle, the DH, will come up. Fouls that one off. There's still 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. The Dodgers are going to have their work cut out for them in the top of the 9th. That's for sure. 0-1 pitch. Inside. He went around, though.
0-2.
Count goes to 0-2. And now the 0-2 pitch.
That's a
Down
ball.
low, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. He went around. They'll throw down to first for the final out. At the end of 8 complete, Buster Posey, a solo shot home run, giving the Giants a 7-1 lead in Game 1 of the National League Wildcard here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the top of the 9th. Will Smith will come up. He's the catcher for the Giants. Or the Dodgers, excuse me. McCard's still on the mound. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike, 0-1. The Dodgers need 6 to tie, 7 to take the lead. The 0-1. Fouls it off. Quickly 0-2 to Smith. Giants trying to take a 1-0 lead in the best of 3. 0-2 pitch.
1-2.
Outside, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out, nobody on. The 1-2 pitch.
Ball, that's high.
Up high, 2-2. They'll even the count. 2-2 pitch. Down low, 3-2. Full count to Will Smith. 3-2 pitch.
Ball
Inside,
four,
ball
take
4. A leadoff walk for the Dodgers here in the top of the ninth. Our next broadcast will be tomorrow night at 7 o'clock Eastern. We'll have the other 2 college football playoff games, the Fiesta Bowl and the Sugar Bowl. Pedro Guerrero, the right fielder, will lead off. Or up next, I'm sorry.
That missed. That's a ball.
Outside, ball 1. And now the 1-0 pitch.
High fly.
In their first strike, they'll even the count at 1-1 to Pedro Guerrero, the right fielder. Dodgers down by 6, trying to rally here in the top of the ninth. Fouls it off. Count goes to 1-2. And now the 1-2 pitch up high, 2-2. The big uglies. 2-2 pitch to Guerrero.
Count
Inside, 3-2. Full count to Guerrero. Nobody out, runner on first. Fouls it off, stays alive. Count remains full at 3-2. Dodgers trying to stay alive. They got to score some runs. 3-2 pitch.
Ball 4. Take
Ball
the bait.
4. The first 2 batters get on base. And now the Dodgers with runners at first and second with nobody out here in the top of the ninth. Corey Seager will come up. Seager, the shortstop. The pitch
Yeehaw.
in there for a strike, 0-1. No balls and a strike to Corey Seager. Oh, 1 pitch. Fouls that one off. Count quickly, 0-2. Dodgers trying to rally. Runners at first and second, nobody out. The count's 0-2. Here's the pitch. Outside, 1-2. We're in the top of the ninth here at Oracle Park in San Francisco. Game 1 of the NL Wildcard. One-two pitch. Rips that one foul down the first base line. Count remains at 1-2. One-two pitch. A ground ball. They turn 2. They get the double play. Monty Irwin, the shortstop, starts the double play. Irwin to Kent. Down to the first baseman Ewing. And now there's 2 outs for the Dodgers. With a runner on third that did move the runner over to third base. Zach Wheat, the DH, will come up. The Dodgers are down to their final out here in Game 1 of the National League Wildcard. Pitch is down low, 1-0. Oracle Park in San Francisco on a breezy night. Giants trying to wrap this one up. The 1-0 pitch. Ripped foul. The count evens up at 1-1 to Zach Wheat. One pitch.
Yeah.
In their first strike, 1-2. Dodgers down to their final out Again, we'll be back tomorrow night, 7 Eastern, for college football. The last 2 first-round playoff games. Swing and a miss. Giants take game 1, 7-1 over the Dodgers. Your final score, the Giants 7, the Dodgers 1. The Giants take a 1-0 lead in this best of 3. Once again, your final score, the Giants over the Dodgers 7-1. Our next broadcast tomorrow night, 7 Eastern. College football playoffs, the Fiesta Bowl and the Sugar Bowl. We'll see you then. Good night, everybody.